Hey everyone, welcome to the final round of the APRL Pro-Am Series. This week we're at Le Mans. It's a 90-minute race, so not bound by laps. And this one's basically for all the chocolates in the season. Double points around, so this is where it all matters. We've come down to a fight for actually in the top five at the moment. Sort of realised I haven't really been going through the points, so I'll go through it first and then we'll talk about the race. So, coming into this round, Tank Neo's up the front, he's at 217 points. Badger's in second at 214. Bardo's in third at 204. Bob's in fourth at 200. I'm in fifth at 195. Dank's in sixth at 192. Seventh is Josh at 183. Eighth is Angus at 181. Ninth is Pity at 180. Tricky's in 10th at 173. Speedy's in 11th at 169. Atlantis is in 12th at 167. Specs is in 13th at 164. And V-Man is just behind him and 14th at 163. Few people have missed some rounds, so they've lost a bit of points. I know Specs missed a couple, Tricky missed a couple, so you only get to drop one round for the season, so missing a couple or having a poor finish just means that you're toward the back of the standings. So, yeah, for this race, as I said, it's double points, so this a finish in this race matters quite a lot. I guess coming into the season, I didn't really expect to be anywhere near the top five. I sort of had mixed thoughts of where I would go. Really, I was just trying to see what it was like to do a league race. I just wanted to meet some people, see if I could make any friends in the league, and I guess just see what it was like having a race with people that actually would race clean. Those who've played GT7 know that the game is notorious for dirty drivers online, people that just don't care and will wreck you for no reason. Very fragile egos. So yeah, it's been a good sort of test to see what it's like, and I've really enjoyed it so far. So yeah, as I said, I'm in the top five at the moment in the points. So really hoping to have a good finish in this race. So starting in fifth place at the moment, as I said, the race is 90 minutes, so it's time certain, but not lap certain. It's about 23 laps, I think, in testing we sort of figured out. And there is rain, which is forecast. It's not guaranteed, but it is forecast and very likely to happen. It's just a question of when. So a little bit of, I guess, strategy and trying to figure out where the rain will come in. But we sort of in testing on average it was around about lap 17 or 18 is when it was pretty much certain to come in, but unfortunately you won't be able to see in here, but we do have a radar which shows us when rain's coming in, so we were keeping an eye on that. We sort of found that 2 laps after the rain showed up is when it would actually hit the track, so you had a little bit of time to figure out when to come into the pits. So starting on the mediums in fifth, it was the tyre of choice. It got you 10 laps, and that would be basically a full tank of fuel. So I think most people will probably be starting on the mediums. But we'll run through the grid, and I'll also show the livery for this one. I've run a tribute livery for this race, given it is Le Mans. So we'll go through the grid. First place is Dank, had a really good qualifying. He was one of the quickest of us in testing, so had a good qualifying, is up in first. Second is Angus, had a good qualifying himself as well. In the Ferrari, this track is very much favoured to the Ferrari. If you see in the top right, the straight has 0 chicane, so it's flat out for as long as that straight is. I actually don't know the distance. It's a long distance, so very much favoured to the Ferrari. It's known for its top end. So yeah, it's not surprising we've got a few Ferraris up in the top five at the moment. So yeah, Angus is in second. Bob's in third, had a good quality as well. Pity's in front of me in fourth. He's got a French coloured livery. As a Kiwi, I'll say it's a bit of a disgrace, but oh well, we'll forgive him. Myself in fifth here. As I said, I'll go through my livery in a bit. Bardo's in sixth. Badger's in 7th behind him. They're both running the same livery, so gets a little bit confusing sometimes. Yeah, running the same livery, so very hard to figure out who is who. I did get confused a bit in the race, and then I'd have to look at the tree. But yeah, it's a cool livery. Josh is in 8th. I've lost track of a view, so we'll just have to look at the left side. 9th is Speedy. 10th is Atlantis. 11th is V-Man, also running a French coloured livery by the looks of it. And 12th is Tank. I'm not sure what happened to Tank in the quali, but he's as you heard before, he's first in the standings and has qualified last, so he's going to have to battle his way through the field if he wants to maintain that. Double points means it's very punishing to not finish up the top. You lose twice as much as you would, so it's basically 2 races of finishes, and yeah, he'll have to make his way forward if he wants to have a good finish. As I said as well, Badger's 2nd, 3 points behind Tank, so we were sort of yeah, we really wanted him to have a good finish. We, as a team, we just wanted to push those guys that were up the top in our team to the top and try our best to make them have a good finish. Not doing anything that would compromise races, like we're not going to go and block people or do anything dirty, but we just wanted to try and help them along. So if we could give them a little bit of a slip or a bit of a bump just to help them get some speed, then we'd do that. Just to give them as good a chance as we could just to finish well. Badge and Bardo both being sort of up the top 3, we wanted them both to have a good finish. So you'll see during the race there's a bit of a what we call the NRG Train. It worked very effectively, so you just have to wait and see what that looked like. But yeah, starting 5th, as I said, I'll go through my livery. So those of you who have played older Gran Turismos will know about the R92 CP. So running a bit of a tribute livery to that for this one. I actually downloaded this one. I didn't make this myself, but starting in 5th place, had a decent quality myself. So I'm pretty happy with where I started. Just have to pick my way forward and see what I can do. I'm not. I guess at this point, standings to me don't matter too much. It's more just I want to have a good finish. Not thinking too much about the standings, just more thinking about doing as well as I can in the race. And as I alluded to earlier, I was pretty. I guess I was pretty happy to sacrifice a bit of my race if I could, just to help the others. So yeah, we'll get into the race. I guess we'll just see what happens. It's a very long race. 90 minutes is a long one. So yeah, we'll definitely cut a bit of it out. But yeah, a lot of action happens. So we'll just have to see what happens. So opening lap. Not much is going to happen really. It's a very spread grid at this point. Everyone's quite spread out. So at this point we'll just be trying to get through cleanly and get onto the straight. For the very first straight it's going to be very much congested, just trying to maintain the slip on each other. Very punishing to lose a slip on this track. If you lose a slip you lose about, I think it's about 10 kilometers an hour going down the straight, and it costs you a couple seconds. I think it was a good 2 or 3 seconds. So don't get a good run coming out of that corner onto the straight, lose a little bit to pity, but I still have the slip at this point. I've actually lost Bardo. I don't know what happened to those guys down the back, but we've lost them, so we've actually pulled away quite a bit on the very first lap. So already I'm sort of in no man's land between 2 people. I do have the slip, but it's not very strong given how far away I am. So I'm really just trying to not lose any time on the straight, not trying to lose any speed. As you see there, going about 281. With this crosswind you wouldn't get as much speed, but if I was in the slip pretty solidly I'd probably be getting about 290. See these guys, yeah, they're going 290 at the moment down the straight, so they've caught me up right up, just given I don't have as strong of a slip, and they're bump drafting each other. So as you see as well, Pity's actually lost at the back of Bob as well, so very, as you see there, very, very strong, that slip. Bardo's caught up to the back of me now, so a bit of a Porsche trio at the back right behind me trying to catch up to the back of me. But yeah, just in my race, just driving, just trying to settle in. This race, given it is so long, is definitely not one of the first laps. So yeah, just doing what I can to drive clean and keep up my speed. Coming now down towards the end of lap 1, gap to Pity is maintained about the same. I've dropped the back of Bardo, so he's lost me a little bit, but through here I had a very good line. Pity took not great of a line through there, lost a little bit in the rear end. He actually, you see, he just loses it. Lost a lot of time to me there, probably a good second or so. So I'll give him a little bit of a bump. I'm not looking to try and make a pass. The gap to the front is just so great that I don't want to make a pass and then potentially lose Pity, because as I said earlier, the slip is so important that we just want to keep with each other. So decided to give him a bump, just push him along. He made a little bit of a mistake, so he's not slow by any means, so happy to sit him behind him and let him do his thing. But yeah, coming onto the Mulsanne the second time around, a little bit closer, just looking to get a good exit coming out of that corner, so have a lot better of an exit there, sort of maintain the gap to Pity, and just try now to stick in his slip and get some speed. You'll probably see I get a bit more speed than 280 this time around on the straight, just given how close I am to him. So yeah, I am in the slip and he's not on anyone's slip in front of him, but you still see that I'm really struggling to keep up with that thing. That Ferrari just has so much top end. Like, look at him now, he's a couple k's an hour behind me, but look how far in front that gap is. You know, nobody's giving him a slip, and I'm still not able to catch him fast. So as you see there, going about 287 before I give him a little bit of a bump. So you see the power of the slipstream on this track. It's very strong. Decide to bump draft Pity. I just want to try and catch up to the group in front of me. Did consider slowing down to give the guys behind me a slip, but you need to pick the time you do that, because if I'd slowed down a lot to give them the slip, I just run the risk of us losing the group in front. Even if we have each other's slip, it's not guaranteed that we're going to be able to catch back up, so I didn't want to lose them too much. And they actually have each other to give themselves the bumps, so don't need to be giving them a slip. I'm happy to just keep driving here, and if they're able to catch the back of me, then I'll let off a little bit to give them a slip. But yeah, at this point, just looking to try and stay with Pity and stay in the front group. As you see in the back, their tank is up into 9th place. He's past Atlantis, so he's making some moves. He's come from all the way in the back. He's up into 9th already. So yeah, he's one to watch. As I said, he's leading the championship, so definitely wants to try and make some moves forward. Pity goes a bit wide there on the grass, and I'm just into the back of him there. He lost a bit of speed. I'm not going to make a move into this corner here. It's not ideal. So yeah, a bit unfortunate. Lost a bit of speed, but not the end of the world. Still running a good race here. Gap behind me is closed in a little bit, so you see there the power of their little group pushing each other. It's just lost the toe of Dank, so yeah, we'll be trying to sort of hopefully bump him forward and catch him back up to Dank. Dank's actually lost a position to Angus, so trading positions up front. I'm still in 5th, just holding my position at the moment. Still very early on in the race, so nothing to worry about right now. Anything can happen, especially with the rain coming. It's going to shake things up quite a lot. So just caught the back of Pity again here, just to give him a little tap. I did notice he was losing a little bit on some of the corners. I don't know if he just was struggling a little bit with the power on that car, or whether he was maybe keeping an eye on the back of me just to see if I was making some moves. I had no intention of trying to pass him. I really just wanted to keep with him and try and give him the bump. Bardo's a lot closer this time now to me, as you can see in the back here, so will definitely catch me on the straight if Badge is able to give him the bump. Josh is still with him. You see there I let off a little bit, so this is what I was talking about, where if I'm a little bit closer to them, I'll let off. So I sort of let off my speed a little bit. Badge is a bit too far away to be gaining enough speed to give Bardo the bump, so I've just slowed down to try and let Bardo catch up to me. and then the plan is that Badge will then catch up to the back of him, and we'll just keep each other in a group and be able to bump each other. So lost a little bit of time there, just trying not to be too far away. I am flat, and you can see I'm only doing 280, so 10 k's an hour difference, just not having that slip, so very punishing. We haven't actually got each other into the bump. We just were a little bit too far away, didn't scrub off enough speed. So Josh goes around the outside, watch on board with them what happens. Badge gives a little bit of a bump to Bardo, but I don't think he's going to make the move, stick here, so yeah, jump back on board with me. I actually go very deep on the brakes and go into the sand, so bit of a mistake. I try not to come back on the track too much and rejoin unsafely. I don't think I did, but we'll go back a little bit just to see if it affected anybody. I tried not to come back straight onto the track, but I didn't want to lose too much time. The sand is very punishing for your speed, so Badge does twitch a little bit there, just trying to avoid me. I think maybe I just cost him a little bit of speed, but I wasn't intending to come back straight off onto the track. That curb is actually still part of the racing line. You can actually drive over the curb, so I might have joined back onto the racing line, so not necessarily a great rejoin from me, but as I said, I just wanted to get off that gravel as soon as possible, or sand, or whatever it is. It's very, very bad for losing speed, so yeah, I've lost a lot of time, unfortunately. Lost 3 positions doing that, so just a mistake going too deep onto the brakes, whether it's cold track, it's cooling down because of the sunset, or if I just missed the brake point. Yeah, I've lost a lot of time, unfortunately, so I'll have to make it back up. I have nobody behind me really close. There's a big group of cars back here. Atlantis is back in front in tanks, so now I think they've got Speedy for company. Yeah, Speedy's back there as well, so yeah, it's all kicking off back there. That group is constantly trading positions, so this not really it's not ideal for a race like this. You don't want to be battling, you just want to be working together to try and keep your speed up, because the battling, just all that does is slow you down, pull you further away from the group, and loses you so much time. So yeah, unfortunately them battling has pulled them a bit further away from me, so I've actually just lost the slip and I've lost the group behind me, so now I'm truly in no man's land. I have no group to slipstream off, so I'll definitely just have to be driving as well as I can to try and keep my lap times up. As you see there, 6 seconds down on that lap, so yeah, a lot of time lost, and I'll have to make it up later into the race. And jumping forward one more lap just to show you how much time I've lost just not being in that slip. You see the group in front of them, they're probably a good 1 or 2 seconds further up the road than I am, so yeah, unfortunately this is just what happens if you lose the slip on this track, and I'm just in no man's land. The group behind me, they've been battling, so they're not really able to keep up with me. Atlantis has actually dropped Tank, and Tank has dropped Speedy, so I don't know what happened between those guys, but they've lost a lot of time. So unfortunately, as I go a little bit narrow there, I think I might pick up a penalty there, because that was definitely a cut. I tried to lift off the throttle and minimize the effect. I probably did a little bit, but unfortunately picked myself up a 1 second penalty. Just go a little bit too narrow on that corner, so yeah, not ideal. It's just lost me a bit more time. I guess on the plus side, I'm going to be closer to Atlantis. Maybe I can help him with the slip and we can work together, but I've definitely lost the group in front of me now, so at this point it's just damage control, trying to keep my pace up and try to avoid any further mistakes. It's such a long race that mistakes are guaranteed to happen for a lot of the drivers, so hopefully some of the guys up in front make some mistakes and I'm able to catch up to them. We're in the night time now, so all the light is gone. It's actually a very difficult track to see in the night, and at some point if I'm a bit closer, and we can probably actually see these guys in front. You see here, this is what it looks like when you're following a car. Zero light around. You see there's a little bit of a cone around those cars, and that's just a cone of blackness. You can't see anything, so It's very difficult to see, very dangerous coming into this corner because you miss your brake points entirely. We actually had some call outs that we gave each other, just where we were and where we're going to brake, so we sort of told each other when we're going to lift off, when we're going to brake, so that we tried to make sure that we weren't going to run into the back of each other. It's a very difficult thing to do, have a bump draft going and not wreck each other. We did a bit of testing, and a few times in that we ended up running to the back of each other and pushing us all off the end of that straight. So it's very tricky to get right. We had to practice quite a lot just to make sure that we weren't just going to wreck each other, especially in a race. But yeah, just having that cone of darkness around the car in front of you also just makes it really, really hard to drive well. So I'm a bit fortunate here that I've just got clean air. I'm able to just drive and try and set some consistent laps. As you see on the right, I did a 46.1, so I'm actually 300ths off my fastest time that lap. So saving my penalty, 1 second penalty is not too punishing. Still got a decent gap to Atlantis, but he'll be closing in. As you can see, there's a speed difference. He's got a 10k an hour, 20k an hour speed difference on me, so he's able to catch right up to the back of me coming to the Porsche curve. So yeah, a bit unfortunate that I lost time, but at least he's a bit closer. So if we can get to the straight and he's a lot closer, I'll consider letting him catch up to the back of me so we can give each other the bump draft. A lot of faith to put in a driver that you don't know is going to work with you. I guess with your teammates, you know that if you want to work together, you can chat to them. You know they're going to coordinate with you, but with other drivers, you never know what's going to happen. I think the guys in this league, they're all good enough and smart enough to know sometimes it's better to work together. Especially if you don't have anybody for company. He's lost the group behind him, so I think it's in his best interest to try and work with me. So yeah, we'll definitely be looking to try and give each other the slip in the bump draft and the straight coming up. And coming up to the straight, just lift a little bit, just scrub off a bit of speed, just trying to let him catch the back of me. He's still a little bit far away, but now he's sort of within the slip, so chuck my hazards on, just signaling that I want to work together. Hopefully he's able to interpret that. I also do this little thing with my brakes where I just sort of tap them a little bit to try and flash them, just to try and signal that I want to work together. Maybe not this lap, I do it at some point, just to try and signal that I want to work together. So yeah, he's got the memo. He knows what we want to do, so he's given me a little bit of a flash saying I know what you want. So yeah, now we've got each other. We've gained a buddy on the straight, so he's going to be giving me a bump draft. As you see there, I'm going 290 k's an hour. So yeah, it's good to know that he's willing to work together. So this is just something you should be doing if you're not really battling for any position at the end of the race. You know, this is still very early on in the race, and all we're trying to do is catch the group in front of us and trying to just pull away from the group behind us. So yeah, very good to have this this sort of support, I guess. And yeah, we'll just be trying to keep it clean, try not to make any mistakes, because I guess if I make a mistake, he's just probably going to think, okay, this guy's going to slow me down, I'm going to pass him. So trying to minimize mistakes. I'm not trying to defend corners because I know that he's probably not going to go up for a move. And yeah, just trying to settle in and get some speed up for this lap. So we'll see in a bit what the lap time looks like with that little bit of a bump draft. Hopefully, I guess I lost a bit of time letting him catch me, so I might actually neutralize itself out. Probably lost a good second and a half or 2 seconds just trying to let him catch the back of me. So I'm 4/10ths down at the moment on my fastest lap, so not going to be the quickest lap. Probably going to be a little bit down this one, but the idea is that the next lap I should be quicker because I'm just able to have him for company. Unfortunately, through the Porsche curves, he's not able to take as much speed through there. That RCZ, I think, just struggles a bit with those mid to high speed corners. So I've lost him going through there. So I'll have to just let him catch back up. I guess this is the thing where you've got to sort of think whether the bump draft is worth losing time. As you see there, we actually were almost bang on, 2 thousandths off my fastest time, so obviously the bump drift has actually worked because I set that fastest time with slipstream, so even though I was 4 tenths down, I was obviously quicker in the Porsche curves than in the previous lap, probably just because I wasn't lifting to not run into the back of others. And yeah, we've just made some time, so yeah, I guess the idea now is that the speed of my laps hopefully just matches those in front. 3 tenths up that sector, so yeah, I guess this is just the benefit of being in clean air. I don't have to worry about lifting. As you see there, that's what I was talking about, of just tapping on the brakes. Not enough to slow me down too much, but I'm just doing it to show to him that I'm slowing down for him. Try and let him catch me, so he'll hopefully give me the bump again, and we can work together. So yeah, just give him a flash, and yeah, he gives me the bump again. So works with me. I'm pretty happy now that I know that he's going to keep working with me. I reckon this is actually helping him actually more than me. Even though I do gain a lot of speed, I'm able to just pull him in and give him that speed boost. As you saw, I did lose him in the middle sector of the track, so yeah, he'll be a bit further back and he wouldn't probably have the slip. So I'm actually just giving him some more speed. It is helping me. Not as much as I would have liked, but just having to slow down a bit to let him catch. But still 3 tenths down at the moment on my fastest time, but that was with a consistent slip down the back straight. So yeah, not really gaining time, but I'm not losing as much time as I would. So yeah, still happy to keep working together. I'm actually 1.5 tenths up on my fastest time, so obviously not having to brake as early as I was on the Mulsanne corner means that I've gained quite a lot of time on that corner. So yeah, this is working pretty well for the both of us, I think. So we'll just keep working with Atlantis until that pit window opens up. As I said, I'll be doing a 10-lap stop or 10-lap stint on the mediums. Not sure what he's going to be doing. I think he should probably be doing similar. His tyres are quite a lot better, but his fuel is, yeah, a lot worse than mine. He's lost a lot of time, a lot of fuel there. As I keep saying, the GTR is pretty good at fuel consumption, so yeah, I've obviously just been able to conserve a bit more fuel, and I have been short shifting when I was in that slip, switching to fuel map 6 sometimes as well, just to minimize how much fuel I was using. But yeah, obviously the fuel consumption has helped me quite a lot. My tyres aren't as bad. This track wasn't bad for tyres. It doesn't have a lot of turns, I guess. It's a lot of straights, so you're not really eating into those tyres as much as you are consuming fuel. So good for me, because as I said, the GTR has pretty bad tyre life, but great fuel consumption. So this is helping me quite a lot, being on a track like this, as I sort of lose him again on the Porsche curves. Just yeah, noticed I was quicker there. I'd have to lift off a little bit just to let him catch the back of me, so that we had a chance of catching the group, as I go 3 tenths up on my fastest time. So obviously gaining time. So yeah, happy to keep working with him to try and just minimize this time loss, given we don't have the slip, and well, the guys in front do, as Josh has actually lost the back of Bob, and Bob has actually lost to Badge and Bardo. As I've just jumped back to the previous lap just to see what happened. As you see here, the bump drafting in full effect. Just a massive speed differential on Bob, and Bardo and Badge just go flying on through past Bob. So yeah, you see the effect that you can have of having a slip versus not having one. So yeah, they're able to make good use of that and get on by Bob. So up into 4th and 5th for these guys. Pitty's actually gone up into 2nd. Didn't cover that, but he's obviously gained a bit of time. As I jump back to my previous lap, so yeah, another similar situation where I've just pulled a little bit away from Atlantis now, and just have to sort of let him catch up. The plan was just to sort of be a bit slower through here, just give him a chance to catch the back of me, just lift a little bit so that he was able to catch up. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, just have to do it just to give us the chance of having a bit of a bump. That overspeed is just really too important, really. It's not ideal not to have any slip or any bumps. So yeah, just slowing down a little bit to try and let him catch the back of me. He's given me some flashes again. I've sort of just done what I did last lap, so it's yeah, rinse and repeat again. Really, just trying to keep our speed up, and yeah, just trying to stay with the group in front. As I said, or as I showed earlier, Josh and Bob have been passed by Badge and Bardo, so yeah, they'll be hopefully in the distance. You can sort of see them. Not close enough, Josh is. So Josh is actually probably losing time now to me, given I have the bump from Atlantis. So yeah, it's working a little bit. We're probably reeling him in, probably a good second or two now, given he doesn't have a slip. So yeah, just slowly chipping away at the gap and making our way forward in the group. It's a very, very slow and methodical race, really. It's just slowly chipping away at leads, trying to just keep up the consistency and not make any big mistakes. It's a very, very long race, so still almost a third of the way into the race, but still a long way to go, and still that rain to think about. So jumping forward to the end of that lap that we're just on, and Atlantis jumps into the pits here. So yeah, his fuel tank isn't going to make him to the 10 laps that I was considering doing. Angus and Bob also going in. So yeah, I've sort of lost my buddy, and it's yeah, now it's just going to cost me in time. I'm not going to be slowing down now, so I'm just going to be driving as quick as I can. But my tyres are worn, even though my fuel tank is low, so I'll be light, but my tyres are pretty worn. As you can see in the front, the group here of NRG drivers, so will be they'll be using that slipstream to good use, trying to catch up to the back of Pitmaster, who's pulled a decent gap now in front of them. Dank's actually here with them. Not sure what happened to him, but he's now lost a bit of time, so he's back here with these guys. Just seeing what happened to him. Got caught by the back of these two guys. A little bit too much speed coming into the Mulsanne corner, and you guys get a little bit wide into the sand, so lost a bit of time there, and he's just let Bardo come on through. So yeah, just a little bit too much speed into that corner, which is very easy to do. As you saw, that was the risky run of doing the bump draft. You sort of a bit too much speed, and you just run the risk of overshooting your brake points. It's very hard to judge where to brake, especially on very long straights where you've got very differing speed at the end of it. As you can be anywhere between 280 and 300 going to that corner. So it's it's not an easy corner to judge. Sometimes you'll end up braking a little bit early just to make sure you're not going to overshoot it. It's better to be obviously a bit slower into it than going a bit wide. So yeah, unfortunately, just doesn't get it right with that overspeed. But 5/10 up on my fastest that lap, so I think that's just because I was obviously losing time, letting Atlantis catch the back of me, and yes, I've gained a bit of time there. But you'll probably see once I come around the Mulsanne corner, I'll be probably down on my overall lap time, just because I don't have that bump draft. As you can see there, I've already lost 4/10 at that sector, so losing time, just not having that bump for the end of the straight here. So probably will be down on my lap time. My tyres are pretty worn at this point, so I won't be as fast through the Porsche curves. But yeah, not losing too much time, I guess. So lost another 4/10 there. So you see there, that's just the power of the bump and the power of the slip. Lost a bit of time on the straight, but still not too far down on my fastest time. So as you can see on the left, Dank is the fastest lap, almost 2 whole seconds faster than mine. So that's obviously with some slip and driving clean. He probably got a bit of a bump and then had some cleaner in front of him. So very, very good lap, and obviously that's just the power of having the bump draft in the back straight. just jumping forward a little bit now. At this point, everybody is coming to the pits, but not me. I'm going another lap. I think everybody probably, yeah, everyone's fuel tank is, as you can see there, all very dry, and my tank still has a decent chunk left. So, as I've said and alluded to earlier, this car has such great fuel consumption that I can do things like this, and it's now I'm just thinking, because as we said earlier in the race, the rain is not guaranteed to come in at a certain point, but we have a rough time where we know it's going to come in, which is about that 16 to 18 laps. It's a bit uncertain because, you know, it's not guaranteed to come in as much as we think it would, or yeah, it's with the rain setting, it's a bit weird. Like you get sort of like a scale of rain that could happen, but it's not guaranteed. So we have our rough guide in mind, but it's not guaranteed. So at this point, what I'm thinking in my head is everybody else has gone back onto mediums just to make it to that rain system. The softs only last you about 6 laps before they're pretty worn. You could do about 7 or 8 probably as well, but at that point they're going to be very worn. So everybody's sort of playing it safe, going mediums, just because they know that the rain isn't guaranteed at a certain point. But because I've done 10 laps now, that soft stint or that soft tyre is looking a lot more appetizing. So I'm really thinking now in my head, I need to try something different, because I'm so far behind the group in front of me that I won't have a slip. I'm not sure if Atlantis at this point will be able to sort of come out around where I am, given I'll probably be taking less fuel too, just given that I'll be able to fuel up again when we get to the rain. And I knew that he was losing time on this part of the track in particular, so I wasn't really sure where he'd come out, and I wanted to try and make as much ground as I could up on the group in front of me. So at this point now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to go into softs. I need to do something differently just to catch the group, because at this point I'm very far back, and even though the race has got a long way to go, I still need to do something to catch that group, because barring any big mistakes, I'm not going to catch them with the current pace I am at. So I decided to put on the softs, and now I'm just fueling up. As you see, the cars are going behind me now. Put only 70 litres in, so I've just calculated now that that's enough to get me to where I think the rain's going to come in at about 16 or 17 laps. And I put the softs on, so now at this point I'm just going to try and drive the hell out of this car and catch the back of these guys. Try not to burn too much fuel, but yeah, I'm really putting it's a big gamble. I'm putting a lot of faith into the rain coming when I think it's going to come in. And if it goes wrong, I'll have to pit and either go into the inters, which may not even be needed given the rain might not come at all, or I'll have to just do another medium stint. So this is a really big gamble, and I'm really just praying now that the rain comes when I think it's going to come, and that my tank will last me all the way to that system. So through the middle sector of the track, I'll be very, very quick compared to the guys in front of me, so I'm really just hoping that the time I gain in the middle sector will be enough to balance out the speed that they gain bump drafting. I'm sort of hoping that Josh and Bob, given they're not teammates, they might be battling. As you can see there, Atlantis, he's lost a lot of time to me, so that's sort of what I was talking about, where I wasn't guaranteed to have Atlantis for company, so I couldn't rely on the bump. It would be very, very silly to let him catch up and try and bump. So now I'm just trying to drive the hell out of this thing, trying to maximize grip, and really just banking on this working. Through here I'm very, very quick, able to just carry so much more speed through these corners, and yeah, just slowly just hoping the gap gets chipped away at. Unfortunately you can't see the gap in the timing tree on the left. The replays just don't save it. So yeah, I am gaining time though. I sort of noticed through here I was gaining quite a lot of time, just able to commit so much more to these corners. So Yeah, slowly gaining the back of these guys. As you can see here, this is exactly 1 lap later, so I've done a 3:44, which is a second faster than my fastest lap. So yeah, gained a second on that lap without the slip. So yeah, obviously very quick, and you can see here the gap has just slowly been chipped away at from the guys in front of me, and I go purple there on that sector. So yeah, very quick through the first sector of the race, and now I'm not close enough yet for the slip, but I'm a lot closer now. So this is definitely paying off for me. And coming through here, Butto actually had to serve a penalty, 1 second penalty, so he's going to be dropped by the group in front of him and also by the 2 guys in front of me. So he's lost a bit of time, and I'm a lot closer to him now. So yeah, fortunately now a bit closer to someone that I know will work together. So yeah, once we get to the straight, we'll be trying to work together to try and give each other the bump. As you can see here, you see how much time I'm gaining through these corners, just how much more speed I'm able to commit through the Porsche curves, and I've just caught right back up to the back of these guys. So far this move to go into the softs has paid out quite a lot in my favour. I've caught the group, I've caught the lead group, and yeah, it's just about now trying to keep the back of them and try not to make any mistakes. And yeah, I've just caught right up to the back of Bardo as I go flying into the back of him. No damage, but that was a very big speed differential. It was a bit of a mistake on my part, just going that fast into the back of him. So yeah, I'm just trying now to stick with him, and we can bump each other down the back straight. And this is where you'll start seeing this bump drafting effect and how effective it can be. So Bob's been dropped by Josh in front of him, and he's in a bit of no man's land for himself. So myself and Bardo now are just gonna try and bump draft each other and hopefully pass Bob on the straight. So we're here on the straight. Bardo just sort of let off a little bit to let me catch up, and now we're sort of putting the bump draft into full effect. As you can see, he's gaining on the back of Bob there. Quite a lot of overspeed on here. I'm almost up to 300 k's an hour, so bloody flying. The wind direction is down the straight as Bardo goes around the side of Bob. And what I wanted to do here was try and keep my car as close to Bardo as I could, so that Bob couldn't tuck in, because that's what you would do if someone went on by you, is try and tuck in behind them so the other person can't go on by, but Bob's not able to tuck in. So gained a position on Bob, up into 7th now. And yeah, you just see there the power of the slipstream and the power of the bump draft. It's just so good on this track, and you're just driving at full throttle for so long, and that speed differential is so good that we're just able to pull clear of Bob, and now pulling away a bit from him. He's a bit further back from me than I am from Bardo, so he'll be losing time to me now. So the goal now is just to try and drop him and catch up to the back of Josh, and hopefully pass Josh, and then try to catch up to the other 2 guys in front of him. So we'll just be working together, try to minimize any mistakes, and try and just try and catch back up to the front group of guys and catch Angus and Pitty, both the Ferrari guys. As you see there, I went 8/10 faster on that lap, so yeah, just gained almost a second driving with Bardo here. So got a full view of the back of that Porsche. Can't really see anything, so yeah, just trying to pay attention to the brake points. Something that's very important when you're following a car that close is try not to get lost in the back of them, and try to make sure you keep making your brake markers and not overshooting them, because yeah, it'll be disastrous if I was to run into the back of him. Not only because he'll lose a lot of time, I'll have to redress and let him back through. So yeah, just trying not to have anything happen. As you can see there, Danks lost a position to Josh. He probably had a penalty or something. So yeah, now we've got the 3 of us. The name of the game will be bump drafting and trying to catch up to Josh. Hopefully he's not able to have too much of a slip on Badge for the straight, and we can try and catch up to him. Yeah, but we'll just have to see what happens on the straight. Just coming forward here onto the corner to the straight, just got a little bit too wide there. Barely put my inside tyres on the painted surface and unfortunately give myself a penalty. So yeah, some very consistent laps undone by just a small mistake. So yeah, just trying to go a little bit too fast into that corner, and yeah, I'll just have to serve that penalty. Badger's lifted off a little bit to let the three of us catch up, and as you can see here, this is the NRG train in full effect. The four of us going flying on by Josh, leaving no gap, so he's not able to catch up, and yeah, four positions lost in that one little bit of the straight. As you can see, this is the power of the bump draft and the power of the train. It worked very well. This is the first time we've actually able to give each other the bump all together. Unfortunately, Speedy's not here with us. He's further back down the order. Otherwise, we'd have 5 guys in this train. Sounds like a interesting movie to watch, but yeah, it's still very effective. So this is really the challenge. As you can see there, Josh just obviously misjudges his brake point. It almost goes into the back of me there. But yeah, he's got a very big overspeed. We're just all trying to slow down, and he's just come flying way too hot here. Yeah, almost takes us out, but fortunately he pulls off to the side, compromises his corner. Actually does really well to recover that. So yeah, just obviously had a little bit too much overspeed, and we were all just trying to not run into the back of each other, so we all had to slow down quite a lot, just to not have anyone get taken out. It's very tricky. The more drivers you have, the more difficult it is to maintain a sort of close proximity to each other, especially on a corner like that. So all compromised our braking a little bit, just to yeah, just to not run into each other. As Badge goes wide there, so Dank goes up on through. But yeah, as you can see there, I'm braking a lot earlier. I'm going very slow into that corner. Just the congestion you get with this many drivers in the train is very punishing, especially with yeah, the brake, well, I guess the corners on this track with how heavy you're braking. So yeah, unfortunately, I guess I'm dropped by that group in front. I think Josh must have had a penalty himself. I'll just go back a little bit. Yeah, Josh has got a 1 second penalty too, so he's not able to make any positions up on me. We basically just keep our distance from each other. But yeah, at least I've got somebody here to try and work with. Don't know if he'll want to work with me after what he just saw, but I guess we can only hope. So at this point, the sky is looking very grey. Fortunately, I can't see the rain radar, but I think at this point the rain is probably starting to show up on our radars. So either this lap or next lap, the rain actually has started. So as you can see, my wipers are in full effect. So we'll probably be coming in this lap just to put on inters. Yeah, the rain, as I said, once the rain shows up on your radar, it will come in around about 2 laps after it shows up, and once it actually starts hitting your car, you've got maybe half a lap to make it to the pits before it will yeah, properly hit the track. As you can see there, only person here on softs. So yeah, it's worked out very well in my favour. I probably had another lap of tyres in it, probably another 2 or 3 laps of fuel, so I've obviously overfilled, but yeah, very much worked in my favour. So the gamble has paid off. Now I'm with the group in front. I'll be fueling a lot less as well. So we had a rough idea of how long this rain will last for. Around about 4 or 5 laps until you have to come back in to change off these tyres. So so yeah, I've filled a little bit less because I know that the car will sort of do well with the fuel. And yeah, I've come out in front of Dank and Badge, so undercut a little bit on fuel. Not trying to be competitive. I wasn't trying to like do anything to compromise the race and try and win, but you know, like this car, the advantage of this car is the fuel consumption, so I'm able to just fuel up less and spend less time in the pits. So yeah, gained a little bit of track position. Fortunately, gained back that time that I lost taking that penalty. So yeah, this is really where the race gets very difficult. Driving in the rain on this track is very challenging. It's there's a few corners that are very punishing, a few curbs that are very dangerous, and yeah, we'll just be trying to minimize any mistakes and try not to make any bad moves. And this first corner here, this is really the challenge, is trying to judge the brakes into this first corner. It's the most difficult when you're the first driver because you don't know where to brake. You run the risk of braking too deep. As you can see there, NRG Train back in full effect. We're going to try and catch Angus now, so yeah, it's a very effective strategy. It's working out very well in our favour as we go flying on by, yeah, it's happened again. We've done it again. So 4 drivers, 4 positions lost in the very short amount of time. He'll be probably thinking, what the hell has just happened? But yeah, this is the challenge here. This is where everything could go pear-shaped, is braking into that corner. Fortunately, we all make it through pretty cleanly, and yeah, we've made it through. The track isn't too wet at the moment. As you can see on the bottom left, that's where the rain gauge is. It's that little blue bar next to the tyres, and that sort of tells you how wet the track is. It's split into 3 sections. So at the bottom, that's it's kind of based off the tyres that you need to use in each I guess sector. So the very bottom sector, that's the track is a little bit wet, but it's okay for dries. Once it goes into that middle third, that's where it's not as well, the rain has gone up a little bit more. The track has got a bit wetter, and you should be on the inters. There's a little bit of like overlap, so you can actually go into dries. You could actually be driving on dries right now, and it would still probably be okay, but the track is getting wetter and wetter, so yeah, at this point the track is probably now crested a bit too wet for dries. So that sector in the middle, the middle third, is where intermediates are strongest and the most useful, and the top sector is where it's ideal to be driving on wets. So at that point, you should be on wets. As I said, there's a little bit of overlap between the bars, so you can drive on inters in the wet territory, and you can drive on dries in the inter territory, as Bardo goes a little bit wide there. This is a very much a testing ground for these tyres. We're just trying to figure out where the grip is, what speed we can get into the corners. It's the most difficult for the person in front, as Bardo cuts the corner twice. Don't make any moves on him, just trying to keep him going. He's caught himself a 1 second penalty, probably for that cut on that left-hander, so unfortunate for him. Yeah, it very much is just trying to find the grip and find out where to brake and where to take corners. It is the hardest for the person in front because you're sort of the trailblazer. You're trying to find where the grip is, and you have no reference point. So yeah, tricky for Bardo to be in the front and trying to yeah, just trying to drive cleanly. It's really up to him to maintain his pace and not make any mistakes, because any time loss is going to affect us. So a lot of pressure on his shoulders at the moment, just to try and drive cleanly. As yeah, the track is now getting very, very wet. As you can see on the left side, it's almost in wets territory as the bar just crests the line into wets territory. So now it's very wet. Still okay to be running inters at this point. The bar's actually just dipping back and forth, so you're still okay to run inters, but this is really where it starts to become tricky. It's very challenging to drive like this, especially this close. It's hard enough in the dry, but in the wet, it's just there's an extra level of difficulty trying to maintain this train. So yeah, it's not going to be easy going to these corners, and we're going to have to be very cautious. We've got Angus in the back, so just an unknown. We all sort of can all talk to each other and say, we're braking here, turning in here, but he can't communicate that with us. So we've got a lot of faith that he's gonna brake a little bit early, just to try and avoid any big mistakes. His badge pulls out a little bit. So here, unfortunately, Bardo catches a little bit of curb and smacks into the back of Pity. I go flying through. It's just chaos. All hell has broken loose there on that corner. So yeah, we'll jump on board with Bardo to see what happened. Caught the back of Pity here. That bump draft is very strong. As you can see, it just gets too much curb, brakes, and goes sliding into Pity. I go flying through. We'll watch it from the back here, from Badger's perspective, yeah, it's just absolute chaos. This is what happens when the rain hits. It's just chaos. As you can see here from my perspective, yeah, fortunately Bardo ghosted, or I would have just crashed into him. I get a little bit of a bump from behind. It is very tricky when you go off the track. It's very tempting to, as Dank goes a little bit slidey into that corner, and I have to come up alongside him, so I'll be leading him through up here just to yeah, let him keep his race up. But it's very tricky as I go very wide on that corner, so Pity's also wide that corner, so yeah, this is the difficulty of driving in rain. Yeah, it's so easy to lose traction, and with this many cars at this track, chaos is bound to happen. And yeah, just I guess it's surprised that not much more has happened. As you can see there, Pity just comes into the back of me there and goes up on the inside. I just sort of was avoiding the cars in front of me at that point. I was trying to avoid Dank in front of me, and he sort of didn't see, not Dank, Badge in front of me, he didn't see that, and he just almost clicked to the back of me, but goes up the inside, yeah, makes a position up on me. Yeah, it's just that's just the problem with driving as a group. If someone makes a mistake, you run the risk of making or having to avoid it and losing a bit of time, and he's just capitalised on that. As Badge goes off to the side, loses traction, and he's gone. So unfortunately, just probably gets a little bit too much curb, which very dangerous at this point. So yeah, just gets a little bit too much curb. Not really much of a slide, as he doesn't get any damage, fortunately. So yeah, lucky for him, no damage, but a lot of time lost there. Yeah, this is just very much the problem with rain is everybody's just unable to keep up. Pity has a little bit of a slide there. I think about going up the inside, but you can see here the Ferrari's power. He's still up on the inside. I'm in front of him here. I had no intention of yielding here. I was just going to stick him on the outside, give him some room on the inside, but he almost slid into me there. So yeah, gain a position on Pity as he spins around, and yeah, unlucky. He put the power down a bit too early and loses it. We jump on board with him to see what happened there. So yeah, puts the power down a little bit too much, and he loses it. So yeah, unfortunate for him. He was doing really well, and he's just lost a lot of track position, similar to Badge. He's all the way down 7th now. So yeah, it's just myself and Dank now, the lone two survivors. We've got Bob and Angus is behind him, but yeah, the two of us here. Now we're just going to try and drive away, try and make some positions up, and hopefully we can keep it together. As I was saying earlier, yeah, it's just the risk of running in a big group is if someone makes a mistake, then you run the risk of everybody having to avoid them, and you saw what happened with Bardo. Just the smallest amount of curb, he makes a mistake, and everybody, because everyone's so close to each other, it's very difficult to avoid any contact. And yeah, it's just the unfortunate thing of driving a big pack and driving in the rain. He's the lead driver in our group, and wasn't able to use anybody else as a reference for where to brake. So yeah, just unfortunate. He's lost a bit of time and track position. He's down 7th, but he's actually gone up in front of him. Yeah, just looking to see what happened, because I saw Pity was in 7th, but yeah, it's just Josh's spun. Josh probably just got a bit of curb and probably lost it. So yeah, coming on the entry into the Mulsanne Straight, yeah, just a little bit too much wet ground and has lost it. So front damage for him, unfortunately. So he'll be wearing that till the pits, and he's got to make this really awkward spin around to recover. So yeah, pretty unfortunate for Josh. It's very easy to do at this point of the race. The track is so wet. As you can see on the left side, the water meter is now in the blue as Dank goes wide on that corner. As we're working here together, just gets a little bit too much curb, I think, maybe. Just locks up a little bit, and yeah, brakes a little bit too deep, so it goes into the gravel. So yeah, I just go up through, and yeah, I'm the the lone survivor. Very unfortunate to happen. This track is at this point so difficult to drive on. It's yeah, there's just so much water, so many puddles. The curbs are deadly, and this is yeah probably one of the most difficult times that it's been to race all season. So everybody sort of seeming to have something go wrong for them. The rain at this point has stopped, so yeah, the track will be slowly drying out. As you can see on the left, you'll just have to keep an eye on that rain radar. Not the rain radar. The water gauge will be slowly dropping, and the track will be drying out. So now it's just trying to drive until we feel like it's worth coming in to swap into dry tyres. I have a good amount of fuel left, so I'm not too worried about running out, and the tyres are fine. So yeah, happy to just do some laps and try and just figure out when to come in. The track is very difficult to gauge because there's two surfaces throughout the track. So there's this part of the track, and like from the Porsche curves, it's all permanent racetrack, so the tarmac is very well put down, and the water tends to fall off quite quickly. But on the back straight, and I don't know the name of that second straight, but it's the one after the Mulsanne corner. That's all permanent roads, so the rain doesn't, or the water doesn't disappear as fast. So we found as we're coming down the straight, and the second sort of straight after the Mulsanne corner at the end of this straight, the track itself was more wet, and then by the time you got to the Porsche curves, the track would just suddenly be a lot more dry. So you couldn't really gauge how the track would be until you got to the Porsche curves, but you also had to be considerate when you come onto this part of the track. It will be wetter if you come out on a slightly wet track. So yeah, it's just something that we had to consider. Definitely coming to the end of the straight and braking into that corner when it's more wet, it's a lot more risky if you're on dry tyres. So I guess similar to what I did at Autopolis, I felt like if you're the first to come in and it works out, you can make up a lot of time. So at this point, just not really thinking about that at the moment, but as you can see on the left, the water gauge has dried out quite a lot. It's at this point now, it's almost back into the dry. So at this point now, I think I'm thinking in my head, this is when to come in. It's a very big gamble because if you do get onto the wet when you're on a dry tyre, yeah, you'll pretty much crash. So at this point, I'm now considering I'm going to come in this lap, swap into the softs to try and make it to the end of the race. We've got about 4 laps to go. So yeah, it'll be definitely softs territory to try and make the race finish, as we're into the 72nd minute of the race. So 20 minutes to go, roughly about 18 minutes. And yeah, it's just going to be now trying to get onto the dry tyres and avoid the wet, which is the biggest risk now. There's two real points where it's the most risky to drive when it's raining, is when it's just getting wet and you're trying to figure out where to brake, especially as the track progressively gets wetter, and when it starts to dry out and you go into the dry tyres, it's trying to find where the grip is but also stay off the wet. If you go wide even just once, that's race over. So yeah, at this point now, as you can see, the rain gauge is below the dry line, so I'll be coming in, putting on some softs, but also keeping in mind that the back straight will be still wet. So yeah, coming in now, everybody is come in for the dry tyres. Unfortunately, just because I put less fuel in, I'm having to fuel up a little bit to make it to the end of the race, so I will lose some time because I have to put the fuel in. Everybody else will probably not. So yeah, I lose a bit of time and come out inside of Dank, which don't know about this one. Lost a bit of time, so back in this group here. Bob's in first, so fortunately now we've got the three of us. Bardo's quite far back, just yeah, lost a bit of track position and time. So it's just the three of us now. So we're just now thinking we're going to work with Badge to try and get him up front, try and secure his win for the championship, and trying to also get the three of us as far forward as we can. A podium would be really, really good as I go very wide onto the wets there. May end up picking myself up a penalty. I think I lifted a little bit there to try and avoid a penalty, as yeah, just get it wrong going into that corner, go off there, just lift a little bit to try and minimise the effect of any time gained, and fortunately don't get a penalty, but yeah, sometimes you can even if you lift, so it wasn't too sure what happened. So lost a bit of time. Dank and Bob have gone up the road. Badge just slows down here to try and let me catch up, so we'll be bump drafting now to try and catch the back of Dank and Bob to try and get as far forward as we can. Try and drop Pity, who's unfortunately he's now in the slip with me, so given the speed of that Ferrari and how close he is, we're not going to lose him, so we'll just be trying to, yeah, catch the back of those guys in front, and hopefully we can drop Pity at some point in the middle of the track, but it'll be a bit difficult given we'll be close together, so we'll just have to, yeah, try and catch up, as Dank must have lifted just to let us catch up. He's lost a bit of time to Bob, so probably just lifted to try and let us catch and give the slip, which has some dire consequences coming forward a little bit. As we come here to Indianapolis, get a okay run through here. As we go on the brakes, Badge goes a little bit wide. Give him a little bit of a bump here just to get his speed back up, because he lost a lot of speed. And coming to this corner here, catches a little bit of the wet and goes sliding into Dank, pushes Dank off the track. Yeah, that just wasn't a good series of events. So yeah, give him a little bit of a bump here just to get his speed up. At this point, have him push him into the corner. He brakes, and it was very weird. Like, him and Dank were both braking at the same point, and unfortunately he, for some reason, got a little bit of water. Looking at that back, I really don't understand how, because him and Dank both seemed to brake at the very same point of the track, and he's just got water and gone sliding into Dank. So just yeah, really unfortunate to have that happen. Dank's gone down to 5th place, and he was on for a good finish this race after everything that's happened during the season, and yeah, his race is not over, but it's going to be very difficult for him to catch back up unless we all make some mistakes. So yeah, both Badge and Dank now back in 4th and 5th. Yeah, unfortunately for him, it's probably race over. There's a bit of a spin on the map, which I could see just watching here at Landis. I think it was him that had the spin, so just too much curb. Unfortunately, gets the curb, and he's backwards, so tries to rejoin. Unfortunately, right in the path of Speedy, who come around this corner, has no idea that someone's sideways, and right in the racing line is Atlantis. He moves to try and avoid him, but a little bit too late and pushes Speedy off. Fortunately, no damage. Atlantis has some of that damage from that crash, but yeah, unfortunate that happened. I don't necessarily think there was any big mistake. I think maybe Atlantis could have paid a bit more attention to the track map, but probably didn't anticipate the closing speed of Speedy and tried to get out of the way. His tank gets a little bit of a slide. I was just watching on board with him. That was a very weird one. I think his car caught as he almost collects Josh as well. Just same corner, same situation. His car obviously caught the wall there, and unfortunately he's spun out. His race has not gone well, so he's all the way back here. Yeah, we're riding on board back with me. So I've caught the back of Bob here and get a pretty good run coming through this corner, a lot better than him, so I've got a lot more speed, and I thought about bump drafting him to try and keep it going through, but at this point of the race, it's so late in the race now, we're now just trying to try and get up as far as we can, as he doesn't want to go on the outside there. Very risky. Any wider and he'd be in the wet, so back up into 1st. Now I'm just trying to drive as well as I can and pull away from Bob. Won't probably lose him on the straight, he'll have the slip, and Pitty's in behind him, so if Bob doesn't catch me, Pitty will, and he'll give him the bumps. So unfortunately my teammates have all fallen down the order, and I don't think I'm going to be able to bring them back into the race. So it's just yeah, racing now for myself and trying to finish well. Sticking on the left side here. The track is so dry that I'm not going to be able to hog any dry lines, so I'm just sort of staying on the left side. Bob's catching up to the back of me slowly but surely. As you can see, he's got a bit of an overspeed, so he'll be going up by me, and yeah, I'll just be trying to tuck him behind him. Did notice at this point, saw him weaving a little bit to try and break the toe. Yeah, didn't want to risk going on the wet by following what he was doing, so lost a bit of speed there. Unfortunately, didn't have a run into this corner. I actually would have gone for the move if I'd had the speed, so I lost a bit of speed from what he had done, so didn't have as much speed going there, so I just decided to bump him. I was like, I'm not going to make a move up into this corner, it's too risky given how wet the track still is off the line. So yeah, come through here, get a much better run coming out of the Moss Lane corner, so go back up the side of Bob, and yeah, back into first place. Wasn't sure what he would do here, whether he would just tuck in and try and get the slip. I tried to stay as far to the side as I could, just to try and minimise his slip gain, but at this point I just now started driving on the racing line. Yeah, so he's decided to give me a little bit of a bump to yeah, keep me in front, so back into first. At this point now, because there's no big straight coming up, now I'm just trying to maximise the speed that I can get through the Porsche curves and that final chicane. I felt like I had a lot more pace as somebody goes flying off in the back, which I think is Badge. So same corner as what happened before. Yeah, same deal. He's braked on the dry line and he's got wet. That sounds wrong. He's got water, and yeah, another rejoin of all rejoins. Probably similar. Didn't anticipate Dank being so close, but yeah, gives him the bump, and yeah, just a weird thing that happened. He seemed to be braking on the dry line, but yeah, caught water and slid, so it's yeah, really weird. I'm not sure if it's just visually it was different or what, but yeah, just gone from bad to worse for him, so probably no chance of catching the back of us at this point. So yeah, coming through here, just felt like I had some really good pace through this part of the track, and I was just trying to make use of it, trying to get on the curbs now, because I thought they were dry enough. I'm just testing the waters really. I'm being as risky as I can be, and trying to just make sure that I could get away from Bob. As you can see, I've dropped him quite a bit coming through there. We'll just ride on board with him through this part of the track just to see if he gains any time to me. So he's a bit more cautious coming through these corners. I felt like I had a lot more commitment as he catches some water and goes sliding on around. So Pitty's up into second, and Bob's lost a little track position. So yeah, not a great thing for Bob there. Pitty's gonna gap him really. It seems like everybody in this race has had something go wrong. I had that first sort of, run wide on the lap 3, I think it was, and since then I've been able to keep it mostly clean. But yeah, I think everybody in the grid has had something go wrong for them this race. So it's a very punishing race overall, and probably not very happy people. As we just jump on board with Pitty here, he does what Josh did and catches some curb and some water, and he goes sliding around too. So as I'm just talking about people making mistakes, Pitty has the same thing happen to him that Josh had happen, and yeah, unfortunately he's gone round. So at this point now, in my head, as long as I don't get on the wet and I keep it clean, I'm pretty much guaranteed to bring it home. I've got 7 minutes left, so about 2 more laps for me. I guess by the end of the next lap it'll be very, very close. I think in my head I was calculating when I would finish the race, and I think I worked out that I'd just finish after I pass into the 24th lap. So yeah, just trying to drive as fast as I can, trying to avoid letting Bob catch up. He's got a massive gap between myself and Bob, and there's a massive gap between Bob and Badge. So yeah, no real chance of losing this if I don't make any mistakes. But yeah, never say never, really. It's not guaranteed to happen. But yeah, I'm not trying to think about that. I'm just trying to drive as well as I can. If I start thinking about not making mistakes, I will make a mistake. So as I come through here on to lap number 23, looking at the time remaining, there's about 4 minutes left, and the race, well, the lap will be, as you can see on the right, a 3-minute 47-ish, 3-minute 48 maybe. So in my head I was thinking I'm going to finish this race with about 12 or 20 seconds, like somewhere between 12 and 20 seconds to go. So yeah, I was a little bit gutted because I was just hoping that I could finish the race this lap, minimize how long I'd have to drive, because that just is inviting a mistake if I'm on the track for any longer. But fortunately I've got enough fuel. I overfilled just to make it to the end of the race, so no risk of running out of fuel. The gap to Bob at this point was about somewhere between 7 and 10 seconds, so I wasn't able to slow down at the end of the race to, well, I wouldn't have the luxury unless he's gonna have a mistake and this gap will increase. I don't have the luxury of slowing down to try and just let the race time out. And I didn't know whether he would honour the position if I slowed down on the line. So yeah, just I in my head I just knew I had to just drive it, and would have to do another lap, unfortunately. But it probably meant that unless he's going to slow down, there'll be the two of us, and then the group behind them, they'll all finish this lap. So you actually, when the race time ends, you actually finish on the lap you're on. You don't go based on the leader finishing. So everybody who's sort of everybody who crosses the line after that 1 hour 30 minute mark is up, will just finish the race at that point. So they'll be marked as a lap down from everybody else. But yeah, kind of awkward finish here. It's yeah, I know that I'm gonna have to do another lap, so not celebrating yet. But at this point, yeah, pretty much in my head thinking I've got this in the bag. Unless something drastic happens, I'm trying to avoid any of those dangerous curves. As you can see, that go very narrow, braking into that corner. I just knew that that's where Badge was having his troubles, so I didn't want to repeat what happened to him. But yeah, it's a little bit of an unfortunate race. I felt quite bad for my team. I think they all had really good races. They all had very good chances to win the race. I think honestly they probably had a lot more were a lot more deserving of the win than myself, just given how much speed they had, how well they drove, coming back from some unfortunate deficits. But I guess that's just racing. Things will happen. At the end of the day, I just have to drive my race and drive it clean. I can help as much as I can, but yeah, it still just felt a little bit bad for those guys. They're very good drivers and just had a lot of string of unfortunate things happen. But coming here, final corner, so as you can see there, I've got 15 seconds to the end of the race, so I have to go around again. I'll jump on board with Bob here. Bob has a decent gap, so yeah, he decides to just slow down and finish his race. As you can see them, they're coming through the final chicane, so he decides to wait a little bit longer, actually, almost risking it there. But yeah, so they've all finished their race, and I'm having to go around again. It won't show up here, but there was only I think it was about 2 minutes of overtime, so I wouldn't even be able to finish my lap. So at this point I sort of knew in my head driving is pointless because I'm not going to finish this lap. So but I did it anyway. I just wanted to keep driving. So everybody else is finished, and I'm just driving my lap. And yeah, it's just, it is what it is. So, but yeah, as I was saying, felt a little bit bittersweet to win this. I felt like I did really, really well to come back from where I was. Just that early mistake, I had that massive gap to the group in front, and made a little bit of a gamble going on the softs, and it paid off catching the back of those guys. Some sort of short fuels to I guess minimise how much I was taking on, helped me close those gaps, and yeah, a couple of questionable moves to join back on the track, but overall I think I did really, really well to finish where I did, given what happened at the start of the race. But as I said, felt a little bit bittersweet given what happened to the rest of the team, and yeah, just it's just a part of racing, and it's just an unfortunate thing that happened to them. But yeah, overall I was happy with my race. Pretty stoked to get another win on the last race of the season. I was definitely not thinking I'd have a chance to win this race, given given the prevalence of Porsche speed, I guess. In this track, it's very much a Ferrari track. So I definitely thought that I'd have a rough race to try and contend with, but yeah, got another win. Pretty stoked to have that win. And yeah, so at the end of the season, I'll just sort of let this replay time out. I'm just still driving, and at the end of the season, ended up third place. So with double points and everything, brought me right forward into third place. Badge ended up winning the season. He got 276 points. Bob was just in front of me by 1 point. He got 266 and I got 265. So 1 point separating the two of us. His second place, yeah, secured him that second in the championship. But yeah, he had a good season. I ended up actually, yeah, passing Tank. Tank dropped from first all the way down to fourth, given his finish. He ended up finishing, I think, in last place that race. Yeah, jumping on board with him, he's back in last place, damaged, and yeah, very unfortunate. Had his season unravel in one race, but it's just the nature of this double points round. So yeah, really unfortunate that he's dropped all the way down to fourth. But yeah, behind him is Bardo and then Dank, so rounding out the top six. Four of us in the top six. So yeah, pretty good season for us overall. It's yeah, as I said, it's a little bit unfortunate that we couldn't work together more to try and bring ourselves forward. I think everybody just had some mistakes here and there. Definitely a few people taking some curbs and all that. Everybody seemed to have something go wrong. So yeah, just a very, very unfortunate race for some people. But looking forward to the next season. At this point, I'm recording this after the first round of the next season. So we actually had a 5-week break between the seasons. I just took a little bit of time to yeah, get these videos recorded. Actually had a baby as well during this off season, so a lot going on in life, and just couldn't find the time to record it. So recording this after the next season has begun, season 11. I've actually been promoted into the pros, so up against some very, very quick drivers. This season I felt like everybody was yeah, very, very quick on sort of my level, and I'm just having to drive now with some very fast drivers, much faster than what we're used to in this league. So it'll be very much a challenge, but looking forward to the challenge. Hopefully, I can have a good finish. And as I mentioned in the last race, I'll be recording the races live, so we'll get some qualifying replays, we'll get some live race shots, and overall, hopefully, the quality of the editing and all that goes up. But yeah, thanks for sticking around to the end of the race. Thank you very much for everyone for supporting me for the races this season. Had some very positive support, positive feedback on these videos, and hopefully we can continue that in the next season. Obviously, I'm recording this after the first race, so I know what happened in the first race. So you just have to wait and see. Or actually, you won't have to wait and see because you can watch it. I live streamed it, so yeah, a little bit disjointed, but yeah, I guess if you want the suspense and you want to see it while it's edited, then don't watch that live stream. But um, yeah, hopefully I can have a good finish. Am considering getting wheeled pretty soon. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm on a controller, so don't think it's a disadvantage to be honest. I think the only thing you really lose is the ability to conserve tires, just because you're at full steering lock a lot more than on a wheel. You also lose a little bit of precision. There's a track this season which has a very notorious chicane, which it'll be interesting to do on controller in this league. So yeah, we'll see how I go. But yeah, that's all for next season. But closing out the season, yeah, third place. Ended it on a high with a win, 2 wins this season. Had a good season overall. Um, as I mentioned at the start of the race, was looking to have some good enjoyable races. Was looking to meet some people who also play this game and live sort of within the same area, being Australia. And yeah, I think I've achieved that. Met some good guys being in NRG. As I mentioned earlier in the season, actually got recruited by Dank, who um, he in the first race we had a bit of a not an incident. I sort of blocked him a little bit unintentionally, but I apologised for it, and we just got talking, and yeah, he got me an NRG, and sort of I guess I could credit a lot of the success this season to him, because if I wasn't there, I wouldn't have practiced with people like Badge who know everything there is to know about this game and have a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill to leverage off. So yeah, credit to him for what he's helped me achieve, and also credit to everybody else in NRG who's able to help me practice and help me get as good as I have gotten in the season. I've definitely improved to the best I've ever been at this game. Um, and yeah, also just big thank you to everybody in APRL who has made the experience very enjoyable. Overall, just yeah, everybody's been really friendly, very respectful. Nobody's had any big incidents. I haven't actually been involved in anything major that's worth you know any major penalties. So had a very good clean season. Very much enjoyed the racing I've had in the pro-ams. I'm gonna miss racing with some of those guys. Um, I'll actually be racing with the top three guys from pro-am, so myself, Badge, and Bob will be up there. But yeah, gonna miss racing with some of these guys in the league, but hopefully they can make it on up. If I'm able to maintain where I am in the pros, maybe some of them can come up and join us. But yeah, enough of enough of the monologue. Again, very big thank you to everybody who's supported me this season and watched these videos. If you've watched, if you've clicked once and clicked off, it's anything is very much appreciated. All the feedback I've had has been very good. So yeah, we'll be looking to just improve the videos next season and hopefully make them more enjoyable to watch. And yeah, we'll just have to see how I go. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next season. Season 11, round one is at Interlagos, and you'll just have to wait and see what car I've chosen. and how I go. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.